There's 4 new caps on display today for Canada, which is a real promising thing. We need to build depth. So particularly Luke Campbell at number 8 in his first appearance, I thought he played exceptionally well. So there's lots of positives for us to take away from here. But I feel the scoreline flatters the USA a little, and we allowed that. We allowed that with just moments in the game of bad decisions, soft penalties and poor kick-in accuracy.
Which players kind of stood out to you? I thought the Justice here had a nice game there at prop. So of the performances out there, if you're looking individually, who else kind of stood out to you?
I think I mentioned Luke Campbell for a guy in the circumstances of a first game down here, of course against the USA. It's a big game for him, and he did well. He handled that well. I got to say, Ray Barkwell. I mean, you know, he's not the youngest guy on the field, but he keeps setting standards. And his set piece has been excellent. His scrum's been excellent. With the ball in hand, he was excellent. So I'm really pleased with those types of guys that keep going. I need people behind him, pushing him, putting pressure on him, but he played well today. And Nick Blevins in the centre has been so solid in everything we do. Work rate, attitude, and clean, you know, not making silly, daft mistakes. And his game's been very accurate, and that's what we have to get more of. More accuracy from more players. And then we won't see, obviously, silly, soft mistakes. Every team makes mistakes, of course, but it's just some daft ones that we give away and changes the momentum. But certainly, Blevins, Barkwell, and on number 8, Luke Campbell, I thought they really stepped up today. And Lucas Rumble at number 6 is a good player. He plays well all the time, so that's really positive. And a captain as well. I must mention the captain. Puts everything into everything. I don't like to take the captain off the field, but again, I've got to grow depth. And Gordon McCrory's been injured for a long while, 8 months. So I'm just quietly bringing him back into the fold.
So, how are you feeling about today's penalty count and how that affected your ability to move forward?
Yeah, as I say in there, you know, particularly around the 60-minute mark, we gave some daft penalties away. I don't think the referee wanted to blow. I thought he'd lost his whistle, to be honest, here in the first 20 minutes, which kind of suited both sides. And you know, he was consistent with it. But in the second half, he blew the whistle a bit more. And you know, we've talked a lot in the last since I've been involved, the last 2 months, 3 months of our discipline and giving piggybacks. It's a little bit about the discipline, some daft penalties, but also about decisions, you know, and errors like restart errors, high level. Basically, you're waiting to manufacture an error from the opposition and take advantage of that error. We saw the USA do that well today when we made errors, and we made more errors than the USA, and that's why the score is where it is, particularly in terms of the penalty count.
Okay, so just from like a curiosity perspective on my part, if you could recruit tomorrow somebody that you feel would round out your team, what would you be looking for? Like if the absolute perfect person showed up tomorrow, what would that player be like?
Well, like Nick Blevins, really. Someone who's clean in their game, understands their job description. That's why international rugby. The creeks at 60 minutes was by and large good. It wasn't perfect, but it's certainly improving. The line speed is positive and improving. We've obviously got areas around our restart, not just errors. We've restarts to both directions. We've got to get that better. But the biggest thing for me is momentum changes. You know, when we're 60 minutes at 50 odd minutes at 14-10, those moments are critical. We go on and win here today, you'll be surprised how much that will change the shift of momentum towards this team's frame of mind and being more confident. And we've got to take the most of those moments. We need a good performance next week against Brazil, follow on from that, but ultimately we need the win. Not underdogs next week, and we need to make sure we win.